Stephen, can you tell us some of the staple names that a new collector should have?
Yeah, for a new collector, I don't advise you to go for the top end right away. It takes a while to get your feet wet, to learn about who they are, and the money you'd be paying for a top end artist like a Maria Martinez or a Margaret Tafoya or a Fanny Nampeo is pretty substantial. So there are a lot of other artists that are doing nice pottery right now that are in the moderate range. You get a lot for your money, and those are the type of names that I would advise a new beginning collector to look at. For instance, in Santa Clara, I would look at Denise or Stella Chavarria. They produce nice carved pottery. It's not that expensive yet, and you get a nice product for the money. Lois Gutierrez does polychrome out of Santa Clara, still pretty moderate, does nice work. You might go to Hopi, Jean Sami Nampeo, or Nona Naha, they're in that moderate level. Acoma, you'd have Franklin Peters, Paula Estevan. Some of those type of artists are what I suggest. Maria's from the Pueblo of San Ildefonso, very famous, but you can get Martha Appleleaf or Eric Fender that are related to her that do a nice product for a fraction of what you would pay for her, and still very collectible.
Some people collect names and some collect period. Do you feel like there are aspects that should be considered in both of those?
Yeah, well, if you collect a name, it's just like collecting an old coin. Certain types of old coins are very valuable because of how many they were produced, the condition of them, the quality of them. And it's the same way with pottery. You can't go wrong if you go with good names. It's true. So I think that's a good way to do it, because those type of names are never going to lose their value. They're tried and true and been going on for decades, and collectors have kept that price up. They've actually performed better than the stock market if you study that over a composite of several decades. But there are also another way to look at it, and that is there's always new up-and-coming artists. And you're taking a little risk, just like you would in the stock market, but some of these artists really pan out. As a buyer, I've noticed if there's certain artists that really progress in a matter of a couple years up to the next level, they have a lot of potential and promise, and we try to guide those type of artists. But if you get in on some of those type of artists, then your payoff could be very big later down the road.
Mm-hmm. Have you watched a good artist progress, and what would be the typical evolution of that?
Oh, many. I hate to turn down new artists that are starting out. As a matter of fact, I had to laugh the other day. An artist came in, 7.5 years old, and said, "Hey, Stephen, hey, I've got something for you." Opened up his basket just like his mom did, and he had 5 little pieces of Santa Clara pottery, as funny as all get out. One was a little pizza. He had a little bowl, and then another one was some guy just laying down. I said, "What is that?" And he says, "That's me chilling." So you got to buy it because you never know what artistic ability they're going to have in the future. I've watched some that have come you would not, as a matter of fact, some of the artists, it's kind of funny. I like to show them a piece they made when they get there. It was made 10, 15 years ago, and they said, "Did I make that?" They've come so far they don't even hardly recognize their own early work. So it's very exciting to watch those type of artists progress.
I would imagine that would be for you. Is there one particular one that you really feel like you have helped along the way?
Oh, I'd say there's been quite a few. What happens is if some of these artists, for whatever reason, don't take the time to enter their stuff into the major arts and crafts shows, where they're compared against their peers on a number of different factors. And so I've had the pleasure of entering literally hundreds of artists over the years and watch them compete and win awards. And once they do, they feel empowered to go on to do bigger and better things. And so it's very exciting to watch artists accomplish these things. But yeah, I've watched a lot of them progress over the years.